JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Southborough tense following fatal gun attack. The police are keeping a close watch on the community of Southborough in Portmore, St. Catherine, following a fatal shooting on Friday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 48-year-old Labour Angela Forbes, who lived in the community. It is reported that Forbes was along Miranda Pathway when gunmen came up about 12:15 p.m. and opened fire. She was hit. It was claimed that she was a marked woman as her home in the community was previously sprayed with bullets. It was last week that them shot up her house. The area is tense and she was not to be here this deep in the community, said Councillor for the Southborough Division, Ainsley Parkins. There is a need for more tense policing in the area, not the band-aid type that is going on, he said. Parkins said that the deceased was one of his political workers. According to him, an intensive police approach is required in the area to avoid reprisals. The police recently imposed a curfew in the area. Despite the walkthrough and meetings by stakeholders, the violence still a go on, resident Dolores Blake said. The police say they are committed to bringing calm to the area. The police will be doing all it can to work with the community to bring peace to the community, said Head of Operations of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Superintendent Upton Nicholson. Men arrested following Lawrence Tavern robbery and police shootout. 2 men were arrested following a police shootout in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew on Thursday. The men were apprehended following a robbery at a gaming business, which is located near the Lawrence Tavern police station. The police also seized stolen gaming boxes, tools, and a motor vehicle. 5 men went into the establishment heavily armed and the police came and there was a shootout. Some of the men ran into bushes. After challenging the police, 2 persons were arrested. A senior cop who requested anonymity said, "These men are so brazen. I right at the station it happened, basically at the station gate. They challenged both the Lawrence Tavern police and the team from Consent Spring who came to assist," the lawman added. "Those boxes have been the target of thieves right across the island," the police source said. In recent weeks, there have been robberies at bars in Irishtown, Central Kingston, and Stony Hill. The most recent incident was on Tuesday, when a bar was robbed in Stony Hill. The police said that it has not been determined if the men from Thursday were involved in that incident. The theft and sale of the popular gaming boxes, which are a major component of bars across the country, has emerged as lucrative on the black market. A bar operator said that one of the boxes is valued at over $500,000 and they rent them from owners. It's American-style slot machines. Gamers have to insert the money. It's really the money they want, but sometimes to get the money you have to pull off the boxes. They also resell the games to people who want them. You have money out there that buy them, the bar operator said. Meanwhile, 2 policemen are now before the courts for their alleged involvement in attempts to break into a bar last year in East Kingston to remove gaming boxes. They were arrested last December along with 2 other men by the Elliston Road police. 37-year-old man chased, shot dead in Manchester. Police are probing the murder of a man who was shot dead by 3 men in Christian on Friday evening. Police named the deceased as 37-year-old Lennox Ashley, otherwise called Kenny, a delivery driver and resident of Brockery. A report from the Constabulary Communications Unit said about 6:45 p.m. Ashley was at a cook shop when the gunmen entered and ordered food. They then attacked Ashley, who tried to escape. He was chased and shot by his attackers. Ashley was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police identify St. Elizabeth crash victim. Police have identified the man who was killed in a motor vehicle crash on the Pepper Main Road near Goshen in St. Elizabeth on Friday. Police named him as 33-year-old Siobhan Tugman, a delivery worker of MacLeod Close, Old Harbour in St. Catherine. A police report said about 9 a.m. Tugman was traveling westerly on the Pepper Main Road in a blue and white Toyota Hiace minibus when he lost control of the vehicle. The vehicle rode the left embankment and crashed into a tree. Tugman was pronounced dead at hospital. Early morning fire destroys several businesses in Montego Bay. Several buildings were destroyed in an early morning fire along River Bay Road in Montego Bay, St. James, in the early hours of Saturday morning, leaving millions of dollars in damage. Firefighters report that initial assessments show that the fires wrought more than $100 million worth of damage, impacting several businesses in the process. The emergency responders report that 5 trucks from St. James and Trelawney divisions were deployed to tackle the blaze, which began just minutes after 3 a.m. and lasted for several hours before being brought under control. Firefighters say that a large space housing a furniture showroom and a carpentry workshop were among the businesses affected during the blaze. Also damaged were spaces being used for storage of various items. One of the businesses impacted was a scrap metal storage area. According to the proprietor of the establishment, Jerome Rowe, it was in the building when the fire started. I was there when I realized there was a fire. Tried to put some water on it, but it never worked out. Subsequently, an alarm was raised and the fire department was alerted to the scene. He also shared the extent of the damage that was sustained. I can't really put an estimate on it, but maybe about more than $3 million worth of things was in my section, he explained. You ever noted that you would be going through to see if there is anything that can be salvaged from the damage? According to the fire brigade, 2 people were rendered homeless during the blaze, and at least 3 motor vehicles also sustained damage. The fire brigade has since deployed investigators to the scene. Man sentenced to 32 years for gun crimes told attorneys are not miracle workers. Chief Justice Brian Sykes on Tuesday sentenced a man with a checkered past to a total of 32 years in prison for 3 counts of gun-related offenses, but not before telling him that attorneys are not miracle workers. The accused, 47-year-old Mark Shepard, a Higgler and a father of 7, was found guilty of illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and wounding with intent. The complainant, who was shot in the mouth by the accused, is his relative who currently resides overseas. It was arraigned on May 12, 2021, where he pleaded not guilty and went to trial which ended February 21, 2022, where he was found guilty on all 3 counts. Before handing down the sentence in the Home Circuit Court Division of the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston, Sykes commented briefly on the proposal by the country's legislators to amend the Firearm Act to impose life sentences for illegal gun possession. If the law is passed, convicts would have to spend 15 years behind bars before being eligible for parole. Sykes acknowledged that increased levels of violent crime had led to growing calls for tougher penalties for illegal gun possession, a response he described as rational and responsible. Shepard was sentenced to 10 years for possession of firearm, 7 years for possession of ammunition, and 15 years for wounding, which the Chief Justice said would, in some jurisdictions, be deemed attempted murder. The sentences are to run concurrently. The court heard that Shepard, who is from Collie Smith Drive, Kingston 11, had 5 prior convictions, spanning 1996 to 2011, on charges of assault, wounding, and robbery. He was slapped with fines, suspended sentences, and, on the last occasion, to 15 months at hard labor. His latest run with the law happened in 2017. Attorney Patrick Peterkin said his client made an error of judgment and claimed that he was obviously drunk. Shepard's community spoke well of him, and the spouse of the complainant reportedly said Shepard was not the aggressor. At his age, he should not be going in, he should be coming out, Peter King said of his client. Sykes said based on all accounts, the complainant is a very difficult gentleman. He was spraying upon you for some time, but certainly on the night in question, he even inflicted injuries on you, and that is how you ended up at the hospital. But what you did, I suppose, put yourself on equal terms, the judge said. Sykes said Shepard retrieved a gun and shot the complainant before running away. His capture was of coincidence, according to the High Court judge. The difficulty for me now is that the police found you injured, and the 2 police officers involved had not received a report concerning you and any shooting. They were responding to something else when they came upon you injured. When they lifted you to put you in the vehicle, the gun fell from you, Sykes said of Shepard's series of events. The police reportedly placed Shepard back on the ground and retrieved the firearm and began to make inquiries. The dots were connected and here we are, Sykes told Shepard, who had earlier wished not to speak. The defendant raised his hands, however, but Sykes told him that his opportunity had passed and that his attorney was trying to make blood out of stone. So many defendants believe that attorneys can turn water into wine and make the sun stand still and to walk on water and to produce several baskets of 5 loaves and 2 fish. Attorneys are not miracle workers, at least not in that way, the judge told Shepard. The Chief Justice told him that a discount might have arisen had he entered a guilty plea. Jamaica reports 23 new COVID cases, 5 deaths. Jamaica on Friday reported 23 new cases of the COVID-19 and 5 virus-related deaths in the 24-hour period. This brings the total number of cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 128,500 and the death toll to 2,863. Of the newly reported cases, there were 8 females and 15 males, with ages ranging from 3 months to 80 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 6, St. James 6, Westmoreland 4, Hanover 2, St. Catherine 2, Manchester 1, St. Anne 1, and St. Elizabeth 1. Meanwhile, the latest fatalities are 5 women from St. James ages 43, 61, 81, 84, and 90. The deaths were recorded under investigation in August 2021. Another death was reported as coincidental. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, The country also recorded 137 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 80,112. The country's positivity rate now stands at 3.3%. There are confirmed 279 active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.